Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. Today I am talking about Saint Dymphna. She is the patron saint of those who suffer from mental illness, who suffer from depression, who suffer from anxiety disorders. Interestingly, in her homeland of Ireland, there is even now, since 1971, an autism organization that is named for the very place where she suffered martyrdom. I'll get back to that in a moment. So Saint Dymphna was the daughter of a pagan king in Ireland. Her mother was a Christian, and her mother died young. She was a very, very beautiful woman of noble birth, and when she died, the king became despondent. He had no hope. And his advisors told him, you need to remarry. You know, your daughter, she's 12 or whatever she was, 12, 13, I think, something like this. You need to marry. And so he began looking about to find someone of noble birth who was as beautiful as his wife, and he couldn't find anyone. Well, his daughter was absolutely beautiful, Dymphna. And so he said, you know, Dymphna, you and I should become married. And Dymphna was absolutely horrified by this. She would have nothing to do with it. And she went to her priest and told him what happened. And so they decided that they would flee by night to escape the king and his unwanted advances toward her. Well, they fled Ireland and they went to what is known today as Geel in Belgium. And what happened there, we're not exactly sure. There are different accounts of kind of what she did while she was there for a couple of years. But some accounts say that she acted almost like an unmercenary healer. You know, she had great wealth. Her father was a very rich man. And had she taken some of that money, she could have very well established a clinic of healing there in Geel. But whether or not she did that then, it's fascinating, because actually more is known about her life after her death than is known about her life before her death. Again, I'll come back to that. Well, her father took a band of soldiers and they found her, they martyred the priest, her father confessor, and he became a martyr of the church. And the father again insisted that she come and back to Ireland and marry him. And when she refused, then the king, it is said, by his own hand martyred her himself. So here's the thing, the locals, they buried Dymphna and the priest, and their story was passed down orally. And what happened, around the 12th or 13th century, there became this movement of people coming to venerate the tomb of Saint Dymphna, and in particular, people who were mentally ill. Now, I think there had been a spattering of pilgrims, but it really gained great strength around the 12th and 13th century. So Saint Dymphna became known then as this patroness of those who suffer from mental illness, and the city of Geel actually embraced this. They knew that this saint had been martyred in their midst, and they embraced this identity as a place of healing for those with mental illness. And so people would come there, and they would go pray at her grave, and they would be healed, and then those who stayed would be integrated into the community. And just really a fascinating community ministry toward these people suffering in this way. It's amazing. And then here in Ireland now, since 1971, there is even this clinic. It's not a clinic, it's an organization called the Geel Autism Organization. And they help people who are struggling, who are autistic, and they try to help their families. And it seems to be a very beautiful program. And even on their website, they talk about St. Dymphna and her martyrdom in Geel, and why they had taken that on as the name of their very organization. So this young woman, she's probably 15, maybe 16 when she was martyred. This young woman in her short life, in her faithful commitment to Christ, has made such an impact on such a huge portion of the world, Christian and non-Christian. It's really actually amazing what this girl has done by the grace of God, by her commitment to Christ. May she pray unto God for us and for this whole world that seems to be going a little bit crazier by the day. Christ is in our midst. he is and ever shall be.